What a win for Arsenal Football Club. That is exactly what they needed to do. That is exactly what Mikel Arteta was praying for, and it was exactly what they delivered. If you're an Arsenal fan, I'm sure that you are thinking right now, that was a delectable medley of footballing splendour. It was historic. You have just gone to the home ground of your biggest rivals and you have smashed them to bits. You have just gone to White Hart Lane and you have made it your own. You have gone to White Hart Lane and you have planted your flag on the centre circle. You have gone to their stadium and you have embarrassed them, as you have done for the past 4 consecutive years. All of the history about Tottenham in North London, my God, Arsenal are making a mockery of it. They are proving that North London is red. They are proving that the stadium is theirs. They have won the league at White Hart Lane more times than Tottenham have. And today, they look like title winners. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. There have been many questions asked about Mikel Arteta's men. There have been many legitimate questions asked by me, in fact, about Mikel Arteta's men. Are they about this life? Do they have the wherewithal? Do they have the fight? Do they have the tenacity to win the league? And I tell you what, they answered a lot of those questions today. They went to White Hart Lane when many people were saying that there was a genuine opportunity for Tottenham to do something. There was a world in which Igor Tudor on his debut could do something. They were rid of Frank. Maybe this could be the time that they upset the rhythm. They have everything to play for. Their survival and, most crucially, stopping Arsenal. And Mikel Arteta needed to do something. He needed to put the woes of Brentford behind him. He needed to put the woes of Wolverhampton Wanderers behind him. His team was so in need of a comprehensive and impactful sort of afternoon. And my God, they got one. Like, they needed to shut people up. I think that's what happened, right? Mikel Arteta, for one reason or another, people were asking questions. Whether you think those questions were legitimate or not, people were asking those questions. And he needed a result that shuts up people, shuts up commentators, shuts up radio presenters, shuts up YouTubers. And I'll tell you what, he's done that. Consider me shut up. He has done it. Any question that we were asking about Mikel Arteta's managerial acumen, his hunger for the title, his ability of steering a team to a Premier League title, he has shown us that he can get rid of those fears. If you're an Arsenal fan who was perhaps doubting it, I think he has shown us that he is capable of winning a league. Like, don't get me wrong, when I'm saying this, I appreciate that the performance wasn't exactly scintillating. It wasn't exactly Thierry Henry and Robert Pires scoring goal after goal after goal against Tottenham Hotspur. It wasn't that. It was functional, but there were mistakes made. And in terms of its aesthetic, it wasn't ideal. It was quite ugly in patches. And like I say, there were mistakes made, but ultimately, they got the job done. Yes, Tottenham were woeful, but they got the job done in the most perfect way. They humbled their rivals. They humbled their biggest rivals in a significant win against... I mean, it's just ideal, isn't it? Like, when you score 4 goals at your biggest rival stadium, it is a symbolic win. It is a statement victory. And to have done the 4-1 twice in the same season, it's just massive. 8-2 on aggregate. 8-2 on aggregate this season. I mean, people will tell me that this result was always coming. People will tell me, I'm sure, in the comments, that Tottenham are rubbish, Tottenham are woeful, Tottenham have major injury problems, Tottenham finished 17th last season. They were never, ever going to get anything out of this game, and that isn't true. That isn't true. If you were of that persuasion before the game, fine. But I know that a lot of people thought that Tottenham were capable of doing something. I did. You know, people will go, yeah, but Tottenham are without a win in 9 in the league. And I go, yeah, I know that. But it felt like a new dawn. It felt like a new beginning. It felt like Tottenham post Thomas Frank. Sometimes getting a new manager in is so significant. Sometimes getting rid of a manager that doesn't sit well with the fans, doesn't sit well with the players, doesn't have a good rapport with anyone at the club. It's like a weight is lifted. You just get rid of a bad manager or a manager that doesn't fit with you and suddenly you fly. And for that reason, there was jeopardy today. I don't care what anyone says. I know Tottenham are abject. I know that Tottenham are there for the taking. I know that White Hart Lane has been a ground that is very kind to Arsenal historically. But I thought there was a chance for Tottenham. And Arsenal answered that. But, you know, people have been talking about Arsenal this season and been saying that there hasn't been that statement result. You know, you need a statement result to win a league title. Like, over the years, you just need that result. Like, I'm a Chelsea fan, right? So obviously I know our statement results. We went away to Blackburn Rovers in 05. Aaron Mokoena broke Arjen Robben's foot, but Robben scored the winner that day. We knew that we were going to win the league that day. More recently, 2017, we went away to Sunderland. Cesc Fabregas scored the winner. We knew we were going to win the league that day. Arsenal have been great this season at various points, but they haven't had that statement result. They haven't beaten Liverpool. They haven't beaten City. They haven't beaten Chelsea. I think today, doing it at White Hart Lane in the way that they did, answering the questions that have been asked of them due to their recent form, due to their recent profligacy, I think that this is the statement result that they needed. If Arsenal do, in fact, go on to win the league, they will trace it back to this result at White Hart Lane. And they will do it for a couple of reasons. 2 reasons in particular. I'm going to now talk about Dr. Tottenham. You know, this concept of Dr. Tottenham, I'm sure you're all aware of it. Basically, the concept is, if things are going wrong for you, if you need a fix, Dr. Tottenham will fix you. If things are broken, play Tottenham, Tottenham will fix you. If things are going wrong for particular individuals, play Tottenham and it will go wrong. That is what's happened today. Things haven't been going particularly well for Eberechi Eze. Eberechi Eze hasn't scored for Arsenal since he scored the hat-trick against Tottenham. That's how long ago it was. He hasn't scored a goal since. Suddenly, Dr. Tottenham is employed, and what happens? Eberechi Eze looks like a world beater. Eberechi Eze, undoubtedly man of the match. He was robbed of that man of the match award, by the way, but he most certainly deserved it. And ultimately, Eberechi Eze, if Mikel Arteta, who deserves a lot of credit, Mikel Arteta brought him into the team, if Mikel Arteta now learns from his previous overcaution, learns from his previous clipping of the wings, and plays Eberechi Eze, I think that they could win the league. Eberechi Eze is the kind of player that could galvanise this Arsenal team and could propel them to a league title. Like, we saw the gulf in class in North London today, primarily because of the brilliance of Eberechi Eze. Like, it's absolutely brilliant how well he played. And then Victor Gyökeres. Again, Dr. Tottenham. Gyökeres, a lot of questions, hasn't really scored any particularly good standout goals. Suddenly scores one from 25 yards today. Look, terrible keeping, terrible defending. Not a great first touch, but my God, it was a finish. You know, that snap finish, that Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, very little backlift. He can do that. He's got power. You know, I don't rate him. I don't think he's good enough to lead the line for a club like Arsenal. But my God, that was a good finish. So the fact that Arsenal have wiped the floor with Tottenham twice this season, and then you juxtapose that with the fact that Manchester City have managed to take just 1 point from Tottenham this season, whilst Arsenal have taken all 6, that is a 5-point swing. And isn't that so typical of Tottenham? Tottenham Hotspur are a club who pride themselves on, like, their hatred of Arsenal, stopping Arsenal. It is a major part of who they are. They pride themselves on doing their best to stop Arsenal. They've given City a hiding, and they have given Arsenal, they've rolled the red carpet out for them. I mean, it's absolutely appalling. But the reason it happened was because of the brilliance of Arteta today. I think we're going to talk about Gyökeres a lot. We're going to talk about, obviously, the brilliance of Eberechi Eze. I think that we'll also talk about the Tottenham, man, how poor it was. Maybe Arsenal giving the ball away a little bit too much, switching off concentration, Declan Rice, that'll all come up. Do you know what might not get the praise that it deserves? And I think it's very important to, and I'm going to do it now. Mikel Arteta. I think Mikel Arteta was brilliant today. I think that a lot of the criticism that I have levelled at Arteta is that he isn't ready to be bold. He isn't ready to be brave. He isn't ready to go and claim a title. He almost wants to win a league by default, not by going and winning it, but by being the least bad. Can you defend your way to a league title? I guess. But today he didn't do that. Today he did not prioritise caution. Today he went for the jugular. He started Eberechi Eze. And that is a bold and decisive and brave move from the Arsenal manager, and he reaped the rewards. The fact that he was ready to bring him back into the team off the back of some very difficult performances. You know, 2 changes were made. In came Trossard from the game against Wolves. In came Eze from the game against Wolves. 2 bold moves, 2 aggressive moves, 2 attacking moves. And Eberechi Eze's first shot on target in the league today since his last goal against Tottenham in the reverse fixture. I mean, I wonder if it's almost superstition that you have to play Eze against Tottenham. Off the back of nearly signing for them, off the back of scoring all the goals against them in the first game. Maybe you just have to play him. But I wonder if Mikel Arteta will learn a lesson. Eberechi Eze is the kind of player that can drive you to a league title. He's the kind of player that will go and claim a league title. And I think that Mikel Arteta should look at it today and really try and prioritise him. You know, the fact that he has now managed to restore his 5-point title advantage is brilliant. The fact that, again, it's Eberechi Eze driving Arsenal crazy. It's unreal. I mean, Eze is just... I think he's such a good player. I really do. But isn't it wild that 5 of Eze's 7 goals in 37 appearances this season, by the way, have come in just 2 games against Tottenham? Like, he has now scored the same amount of goals for Arsenal against Tottenham as the great Thierry Henry, who is, I believe, Eberechi Eze's hero. And we just have to say fair play to Arteta for restoring Eze to the starting lineup. He really does deserve so much praise for that. And Victor Gyökeres. Like, it's undoubtedly Victor Gyökeres' best performance in an Arsenal shirt, isn't it? It's undoubtedly the best goal that Victor Gyökeres has scored for Arsenal. So I think it's a massive day in the title race. I think it could be that kind of day that is defining. Like, when Arsenal needed Victor Gyökeres most, he turned up. When Arsenal needed Eberechi Eze to shine, he shone. The question now will be, and it's not only aimed at Victor Gyökeres, this is aimed at Arteta, it's aimed at the whole of the Arsenal team. Can they take this momentum and build on it? Can they be brave? Can they be aggressive? Can they use this momentum? Look, they got us next week. They need to go out and start. I mean, I hope they don't. But start Eze. Start Eze and Odegaard together, maybe. Go and claim a title. That's the way I believe that they have to do it. But Eze is the kind of player that will drive them to a league. Eze is the kind of player that will drive England to success. And it's so great to see him play. You know, I don't feel like this anymore about Eze. Last year, I loved him. He was probably my favourite player that didn't play for Chelsea in the league. One of the best to watch. When he glides with the ball, driving forward, winning Crystal Palace silverware. I just think he's so good. And if they start him, they will win more games. And do you know what? Last week, I said that they need to win the title. When I was talking about Arsenal in their fragile state, I was saying that they need to go and they need to go and they need to go and win the title. Don't not lose it. Go and win it. Go and claim it. It's especially accurate when you're talking about the challenger. Arsenal need to go and prove to the world. They need to go and scare City. Have they done that? This is the first time I think we've seen it from Arteta. That boldness, that decisiveness, that braveness. Let's see how they go. Massive day for Arsenal. Massive day in the title race. Not a good day for anyone that doesn't want Arsenal to win the league. Let me know your thoughts. I am waiting to see what you have to say about the points I've raised in this video in the comment section below. I hope you're having a lovely night. Ta-da!